This is gonna be painful. Welcome everyone to another episode of Studio Ghibli Summer. Of course, I am RussellStarTrek, joined by Oddboy.
Hello.
And this is probably going to be where the controversy starts with Studio Ghibli Summer. Today we're going to be talking about Only Yesterday, which was released in July of 1991. I'm sorry if I seem so drained right now. It's just like, I'm just gonna be straight up with this. I did not like this movie. It is so fucking boring. Like, I don't want to get into spoil too much just yet. But it was not, I don't even know what to think about this.
It was
honestly.
it was not enjoyable.
But like it just surprises me with how bad the quality drop was compared to Kiki's Delivery Service and this. It is, oh boy. But I mean, are you ready to get into this? Because I'm not.
Let's just get this over with.
So this was made with a $2.5 million budget. In Japan, it made about $13.5 million, and in Japan it made about $13.5 million, and worldwide it made almost $23 million. So pretty good numbers for pretty standard for a Studio Ghibli movie. And what did you tell me right before we turn the camera turn the camera on? Oh, I flipped my microphone. Wait, what'd you say about the box office for this movie?
Well, yeah, I'm confused now. Is it like
didn't you say this was the most popular film in Japan, for 91, box office wise?
We'll get to that later.
Okay. Oh, great. This was directed by Isa Takahata, who, if you guys may remember, last time we discussed him, he did. We talked about Grave of the Fireflies, which was his first Studio Ghibli project, and while that one was also hard to get through, that was because of how emotional it was, and overall, I still consider it to be a fantastic fucking movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is just boring and just painful to watch.
Yeah.
In a loathing kind of way.
Yeah.
It just confuses me with how, we'll get to this, but how they butchered this. But to get to the story, unmarried career woman Tiko, I think that's how you say it.
It's Taiko.
Taiko, okay. Played by Daisy Ridley in the American version, takes her first extended trip outside her native Tokyo when she travels to rural Yamagata.
Yep.
To visit her sister's family during the annual Sayflower.
Yeah, Sayflower.
Sayflower harvest. On the train, Tiko daydreams about her pre-adolescent self. As her vacation progresses, she has extended flashbacks about the frustrations and small pleasures of her childhood, and wonders if her stress-filled adult life is what the young Tiko would have wanted for herself.
Yeah, Taiko. You're saying Tiko, it's Taiko.
I know, but honestly,
you just don't care at this point.
I don't care, and I want to care. That's the fucked up part, is that I wanted to like this movie.
Same.
I've heard from some people that this is a really great Studio Ghibli movie. And I've also heard that it's either a pretty mid or a pretty crap one. And unfortunately, I have to agree with that latter category. It's just such a snooze fest. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it
And
is.
when it's not a snooze fest, it's just painful with how asshole-ish these characters are.
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's really only like a couple characters that are likable, and even then, I can barely remember their names
yeah.
because I was just so bored throughout this. It's not even funny. Um, I mean, do you want to go over the cast? Because I have no fucking energy left. Honestly, I just feel so drained and just so like I don't even know. Like
Well,
I just
yeah, we only got like three ones to really talk about because like the rest, like there's nothing really to say because like the characters in this movie are just so asshole, like just such big assholes, and like even the ones that aren't is like it's just lackluster. It's like you can't feel for these characters even though we want to.
yeah.
Like, but uh, so yeah, starting with like the first, well, the only three that we honestly should. We have Tycho played by Daisy Ridley. What I don't even know what I can say about this. Like Tycho, like just the adult Tycho, like in the modern time. Uh, I
And
thought,
yeah, in the movie's present time, because technically, we're gonna get to this, but when it shows young Tycho, you said it took place in like 1966.
yeah,
Um, and then the adult Tycho that we see basically like in present time, they say that she's like you found out that she's like what, like 27.
yeah. The description said that she's 27.
So realistically, present time for this movie is like 1982.
Yeah,
Which, no offense, but I think it's bullshit compared to the like when you have like the computers that they use in her workspace at the beginning. That is not 1982 technology. That's like early 90s computer technology.
which is ironic because that's when this movie came out.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say though. Like if they were trying to replicate like the 80s technology, it doesn't really feel like it worked. But and go on. I just
Overall, I thought it was okay. Again, I can't feel for these characters, so like I can't really have anything
the
to say about
the
like
problem with her is that she is just so damn bland as a character.
yeah, there's like no like character development compared to like the last like Ghibli movies we've
Like
seen.
the problem with the other ones is that you could feel for them, and I think the problem is that we start off with our main character as an adult. I'm not saying that that's like the issue about it, because I mean, granted, all the movies I discuss on my show are 90% adults, and they do great. So that's not what I'm trying to say here. It's just that I think Studio Ghibli has a formula of writing kids as main characters so fucking well that when you try to make your main character of this one an adult and try and make her like flashback to her younger self, I just don't think it works for this. It and like yeah, like the problem with her is that she's just so bland and so underdeveloped that you don't feel for her character. You just feel nothing. You just sit. It's more like you're just a bystander. That you're a stranger in this world, and you don't really know what's going on,
Yeah.
and that sucks because I never, even with like the ones that I didn't really think were as good, like Grave of the Fireflies or My Neighbor Totoro, you could still relate to those characters,
Yeah.
and this one just dropped the ball on it, and I don't get how the fuck you managed that.
Yeah. And this is the sixth Studio Ghibli movie, keep in mind.
Yeah, so at this point they had a good record going,
Yeah.
and yet they dropped it, and I don't I don't get how they managed to do that, but we gotta move on.
I
Well,
mean, well, we got two main actors left. We got Toshio, played by Dev Patel. Uh, I can't even remember who Toshio was, because like the thing with the movie is like it switches back and forth between, like adult Taiko and like, young Taiko, that you kind of like just lose track of like who is who.
yeah.
It's so hard to keep up with like the characters. Um, but yeah, it's like, and then next up is young Taiko, played by Allison Fernandez. Uh,
Jose Fernandez. Why does that sound familiar? Um, the funny thing is with the young Taiko is that I actually feel for her character, but I don't even feel like happiness. I actually just feel just straight up like bad for her because so much shit happens to her in her childhood
oh,
that
oh shit.
is it lagging?
No, no, no. I just looked up Allison Fernandez. She was in Turning Red.
Fucking kill me! Oh, god damn it! This is gonna hurt.
But yeah, like Russell was saying, like young Taiko is like you start to feel bad for her, but I don't know how to
It's
say.
like it's not even like a fun. It's you don't like. It's not like Grave of the Fireflies or like uh Kiki's Delivery Service, where with those characters you grow to like them, and then these things start to happen to them, and then you feel like actually bad for them. They just fucking throw these situations at your face and expect you to feel for them, and then I'm just like, well, yeah, I feel bad for them, but that's just it, and there's nothing really to connect, and it's just like I just don't understand how they could drop the ball on that so hard.
Yeah, and I don't even think we should dare go over the rest of the cast, because like this movie has such a big cast for the main characters. There are
Yeah,
additional voices, but like there's just so many characters. I can't even remember like half of them. And like
yeah, because we have young Taiko's classmates,
yeah,
which is basically like all the main kind of like all the main characters that we meet in the school.
yeah,
Uh, when it has those flashbacks, um, including like her like her little group of friends, and then like some people like some boys that she has interactions with, and just have she has like sort of like feelings for them, include such as Suzuki and Harito, but like they only have like one or two scenes, and then they're just fucking out of the movie entirely, and then you're just like, what the fuck was that even for?
yeah,
And then you have Tiko's family, uh, which is I think her family in the flashbacks,
yeah,
and you either have the same problem where it's either they're like, for example, the mother is just so goddamn bland that I just didn't even remember her. The father is kind of bland as well, but he has one scene that just made me hate him.
oh yeah,
And then everyone else is like either bland or just fucking annoying.
yeah. And that's like
And
most
then
that's like most of these characters. It's like
yeah,
they're either bland or it's just straight up assholes. And like the family, holy shit, man.
and then we have the relatives in Yamagata.
Which like we start to like see somewhere towards like the
The middle,
halfway.
middle of the film.
Yeah. But
But
yeah, it's like most of this cast is just like so forgettable, because like they show you these characters, and then it's just like the next scene, and then like they just don't even show them anymore.
yeah, and then like if they even have any sort of importance, it's like some like really weird or like traumatic scene that just comes right the fuck out of left field, and you're just supposed to like fully accept it and carry on, and yet you're just sitting there just like, what the fuck did I just experience? Such as the few flashbacks that we see at school when they're talking about sex ed, which I'm surprised that they talked about sex ed at that age in elementary school.
Yeah, 5th grade. Like, didn't we like learn that in like when did we
Like
learn?
like 6 or 7 grade at least.
Yeah, at least like middle school, but like elementary.
I think the only thing I could really say in terms of that part, like in defending that part, is that maybe like middle school, like actual middle schools weren't really a thing back then. So it would just go from, well, no, because no, they mentioned it, right?
Yeah, they like mentioned, oh, you're gonna graduate from elementary school and then go to middle school and then high school.
Okay, yeah. Obviously, we will try and throw screen grabs up with some like to kind of illustrate some of the points here. But okay, so yeah, so no, they do have a middle school. So that just questions even more, like, why didn't they do it in middle? And like, it's confusing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they all the kids start getting, or all the 5th grade kids start getting taught about sex ed and how, you know, like the human body develops, and so everyone starts thinking about like all the girls start thinking about when their first periods are gonna be.
And holy shit, dude, the boys just make it a whole lot worse.
Yeah, the boys go from like being like all right to just doing a full 90-degree turn and just being straight up fucking dickheads and perverts.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know how far we could talk about it without getting this video demonetized. And I'd rather not have that, so I just recommend just watching the movie for yourself.
Yeah.
And just seeing it.
But let's just say,
I'd rather not put a timestamp here, but
yeah.
If Franco in editing, if you want, put it right here, just wherever it is, because honestly, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it is. I probably won't put a
and
time.
Like
I probably
at the same time, you know, some people may say like, you know, like, oh, they're just little kids like figuring it out. Like you kind of have to you could just bypass it. But on the other hand, we were taught in schools that basically said like you cannot like not make fun of it, but like you can't talk about it in this sort of way or else you're gonna get like punished.
Yeah.
So we never talked about this. I mean, obviously, I think one of the big points about this movie is how like love in elementary school and like middle school kind of develops into like actual love in like high school and adult life. And that I think that's different because everyone has experienced that, including me and Franco. We have both experienced that in middle and high school, and like in both middle school and high school. But there is a difference between talking about who a certain person is in love with and talking to, and like virtually on the point of making fun of girls because they have to go through this period thing and it's funny to you. Yeah. There's a fair fucking line there. And that I cannot believe that they like. I don't know if that's actually like what boys in elementary school at that time did, or that was to kind of personify points in the movie. But no matter what it was, it's still not okay.
Yeah, and
even for nowadays, and it's very in bad taste in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think there was like even a scene where young Taiko, and I forgot the girl's name, but it's like the one who has her, I think, period, or yeah, she has like her period, and they're sitting down.
Well, no, because at that point Taiko has a fever or like a cold, and like up until that point, you see shots of her in the school, and her where like everyone else is very like white and pale, her face is deep fucking red, so you can tell like at that moment you're like, oh, it's starting to get kind of bad. Yeah. So she has to take PE off, but and go on with that.
Like there was like in that scene, like they're playing volleyball or they're playing dodgeball.
And yeah, the other kids are playing dodgeball while these two are sitting like off to the side, like trying to just, you know, ignore it. Whatever.
And then like the ball like gets close to them, And then like
what? Because it bounces off the one girl,
yeah,
and then she's like, "Oh, like I'm just gonna go and give them this ball," and so she runs towards it, and
well, and then like a boy runs towards the ball, and or like the girl who is with young Taiko tries to get the ball so that she can give it back, and then like a boy just comes up, and then she's like, "Hey, don't touch it, don't like spread your period to the ball. It's contagious." And we were just saying there like, why
I
the fuck do these characters exist?
like at this like people can say like like this is how kids acted back then, and admittedly they still kind of act like some kids act like that to this day, but it does not make it any less cringy to
Yeah,
watch. And it's just so it really it hurts to talk about that because it's just such it's such a shame that like it's portrayed like this,
yeah,
and like I just wish that it like I don't know how to describe it to like make it seem like I want to try and make this like I really wish this movie was made better.
yeah. Because like
Like
we can see
the problem with go on
like we see the missed potential, and it stings because this could have been a good movie, but it was just executed
like honestly
very poorly.
I could see this as like on the same level as like My Neighbor Totoro
Yeah, but it was
or
just
Ponyo, and it's executed so poorly, and it's just it 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 makes me realize that going through over 20 of these movies is gonna be painful,
yeah.
but like it makes me enjoy like the previous 5 films over like better.
Even Nausicaa.
Yeah, like it makes me enjoy those even better because like it just says like any one of those could have been in like only yesterday, and yet they were such great executed films, and it still shocks me that like with such a missed potential what this is because. And the thing about this movie is that it has, admittedly, and I will give the movie this, it has a good message.
Yeah, it really
Like,
does.
adulting is going to be a hard challenge, but pretty much everyone will get through this. Like, will get through that stage. It's just the way that they did it, the way that they made the story, and the way that they executed it was so poor that it made the message kind of seem like a red herring. And that's the part that kind of ruins it for me. It sucks because, even though I read mixed reviews about this, some were positive, some were like kind of in the middle, and some were very bad. I went into this hoping that there would be a good movie.
And
And
wasn't.
it makes me it hurts it hurts for me to say that this was a bad movie
Yeah.
because like we said it had such potential, and
It just failed to deliver it well.
yeah,
Like,
so
we'll just say this right now. This is like the first bad Studio Ghibli movie. I don't know if there's going to be any worse, but
there probably I'm gonna say there probably is.
Yeah, but like
We haven't even gotten the fucking Tales of Earthsea yet.
yeah, I don't even know how that one's gonna go, but like this is without a doubt, as I will say, the first bad Studio Ghibli movie,
Yeah.
and it just sucks. Okay, let's see.
Do you have any favorite scenes?
No, not
Because I can think of one, and it was very brief.
I'll let you say it.
Like so at I don't even remember how early, like what 13 minutes in. I forgot what the context was, but I think they were talking about how like the girls were. It was in the flashbacks and how they were aging up, and how like, you know how the world was evolving around them, and then out of fucking nowhere, they mentioned the fucking Beatles.
Yeah,
Like what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, the Beatles are in this, sick. 5 seconds later, they're gone, and you don't hear them throughout the rest. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just.
Yeah, there is like almost no favorite scenes in this movie.
I mean, obviously, well, we're gonna throw the screen cap over that scene, but like,
Yeah.
it was just like, wow.
Like, this whole movie experience was just it was just awful. It was very painful to watch, and you know, I don't have a single favorite scene, and I can't even think of one. It was just not good, man.
Mm-hmm. So now they go on to the fun facts.
I don't even know if you want to call them fun. This movie was just shit.
Yeah.
But I guess okay. This first fact actually pisses me off.
Do you want to take this or do you want me to?
I'll do it. So,
All right.
fun fact number 1. Did you know that this movie, despite how much we don't like it, it was surprisingly a box office smash?
Oh god.
Huh?
Yeah, so when it was first released in Japan, it was apparently the highest grossing domestic film in 1991 in Japan, grossing around 1.87 billion yen at that time, which of course in US money that equates to about $13.5 million. So compared to a $2.5 million budget, that would, well, in yen, how much would $2.5 million be? Like 100 million yen?
Oh, like $2.5 million in yen.
Yeah,
I'll check right now.
like it
That would
still
that would
surprises
be like
me.
so $2.5 million right now would be about 345 million yen.
But you also got to take that into account of 1990 like one money.
Yeah, so inflation could be, but let's just say it was probably a lot.
So we'll just say about like 100 to 200 million yen, around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for compared to its budget, it was a massive success, and yet I'm shocked as to why it was this movie.
This movie of all. Why this?
And by the way, even though this is not in the fun facts, I should just mention this now. This, along with I think the only other actually no, there's one more after this, but that's way later on. This and Grave of the Fireflies are some of the only Studio Ghibli movies to have a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Grave of the Fireflies makes total sense. This does not. I remember when I first saw that, I was so pissed off, and I still am.
Yep.
Because it's like, I just don't understand critics anymore.
The only other Studio Ghibli movie to get 100% on Rotten Tomatoes was The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, which ironically enough was also directed by Isao Takahata. But yeah, it's weird.
All right, should I move on to the next one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so fun fact number 2. So in the final scene, or did you know that the arrow symbol in the final scene is basically Japan's equivalent to a Valentine heart? Okay, so basically in the final scene, like the children are holding like this like arrow symbol like made out of sticks or something, and they're holding it over like Taiko and Toshio, or I don't even remember the fucking dude's name, but
Yeah, I think it's Toshio.
yeah,
or Toshio. I think that's how you say it, Toshio.
Well, the case being, like, they're holding this wooden arrow symbol over them, and it's supposed to be I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of this, but it's supposed to be like an I Gasa, which is like love umbrella, or like a together umbrella.
It may be pronounced like AA Gasa.
Yeah, but anyway, So basically, that just implies that they are a thing. Um, and the names of like the boy and girl are written on each side of the vertical line on the arrow. Um, just like how when like you draw like when you carve out like a heart and put like the first initials of like two people. It's basically that. This is just basically the Japanese equivalent of like a Western Valentine heart. Um, but yeah, that's basically it.
So yeah, basically what he's saying is that they're confirming that both the both main characters, Taika and Toshio, are basically boyfriend and girlfriend by the end of this, and yay for them. I don't know how you're really supposed to like react to that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, good for them, but like, what else?
Yeah. And it's like they just threw it at like the very end.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I guess you could kind of see like a relation or like something building up between the two as they like have like conversation with each other, like the chemistry between each other.
Yeah, I just don't want to.
But yeah, it's just like that's just so fucking bland that you barely even notice.
Yeah.
So, Franco, final thoughts on Oli yesterday?
I'm never gonna watch this again. I'm not gonna recommend this to anyone. I don't even know if I would want you guys to even see this only for one time, because like I know opinions could be different. Obviously, it's the internet, but like it was just so poorly executed that like I just cannot recommend this movie at all. And like we said, we tried so hard to relate with the characters and connect with them, and we try to feel for them, but we just couldn't because it wasn't handled very well. So yeah, and like I said, this is right now the first bad Studio Ghibli movie in our opinions, and for like a letter ranking, I'm giving this a D. Like, I don't know. It's like there's very like besides the music and the animation, which is kind of like just a standard for Studio Ghibli. Like, of course, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But like other than that, the characters were very bland, and like some of them were assholes, especially the family. And
then some of the students at the school as well. Yeah, they were just dicks.
yeah, and actually, you were talking about like a certain scene with the father that pissed you off.
Oh yeah, we didn't even go into that.
Yeah, okay, so basically, I don't even know where this happens. Probably somewhere midway, if I had to guess, but I don't even want.
I think about midway through the movie.
So basically, the family is like leaving for like some tradition or something. I don't even fucking remember.
I think it's only half of the family, because I think it's only the mother, the father,
and then one of the sisters.
Taika, and then one of the sisters. So I think the other sister is either at school, or probably at school, but either like she's out of the house.
Yeah.
So the only other person at the house that would be at the house when they leave is the grandmother. But go on.
Yeah. So basically, Taika at first does not want to go, and then it's like this awkward back and forth between like the Taiko and the father, just like.
Well, no, it's first the so it's first the Taiko, and then the mother, and then her, and then the sister because of the purse.
Yeah, and then the father.
And then finally the father at the end, because she's like oh, I don't want to go, blah blah blah.
And then it's just like this awkward moment where like they're just not even saying anything. They're just like no expression.
So she's like the father's like, are you gonna come with us? And she's like
she's like I would never.
Yeah, like never. And then I think it's a solid 20 to 30 seconds of the camera just flicking back and forth between her and then the father. Yeah. And then her and then the father.
Absolutely nothing.
And then he just says something like, okay, shuts the door.
And then she's
then she's like, oh shit, and like, oh, I guess I changed my mind, because that's how kids are. Yeah. She runs up the door. She's like, oh, no, I want to go. And there's this awkward ass shot. I can't. I'm actually cringing.
Yeah.
Just even thinking about this, but she like rips open the door. She's like, "Oh, I'm coming," and she just stares at them, and then it's just one shot where it flicks back to them, and they're all like halfway turned around, staring at her.
And then they cut
And
to like
it's a solid 5 seconds of them just staring at her,
yeah, and then
and
like
it's just pure silence, and I'm just like, ugh. And then the next part, I don't even want to say it.
I'll say it. Basically, the next shot, it shows Taiko without her shoes on, and I don't know if any other Japanese family does this, but like she's wearing no shoes outside, and
the father gets fucking pissed.
Oh yeah, he legit grabs her and then just absolutely just slaps the shit out of her, and the whole family's in shock. Like, and then I think you can tell by his face, he's like, "Oh shit, I fucked up."
Wait, no, because he sits there for like a solid like few seconds, like content about it, like, oh yeah, I did the right thing, and then I think his wife, so I was like what that, like basically like what the hell are you doing, and then yeah, that moment, then he's like, oh shit, I fucked up, and then Taika just turns back, stares at the father, like realizing, oh my god, he actually just slapped me, and just goes in this crying fest, and I'm just like, normally I would say like shut up, because I hate crying in movies, but like if it's if it's over dramatic, which it kind of was here, but I just felt so fucking bad for her.
Yeah, like
you stepped out onto like one section of the ground outside for not even 5 to 10 seconds, and your father gets so pissed that he just bitch slaps you.
Yeah,
no, no, that's no, that's no.
I think that's it. I think we've already said enough, and I
haven't even given my ranking for it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I just hate this so much. I just want this to end. But go ahead and
if you guys can tell, I did not like this movie that much. The characters are either bland as hell, annoying, or are just fucking assholes. None of the characters are likable. Even our main character, she is just so bland that you could practically stick her next to a pancake, and they would both look the exact same and have the exact same character development. Yeah, the animation and music are good, but at the same time, it's standard for Studio Ghibli. And the story is almost non-existent. It's almost just like you are just watching this woman kind of relive moments in her past and just try and understand like why it was like that. And it sucks that because you could have had the same potential as like Grave of the Fireflies or Kiki's Delivery Service, where you had this really deep message, and yet you fumbled it and you just fucked it. And I just think that's a real shame. I would give this an F, honestly, but because of the animation and because of the music, and honestly, because even though it was very short, the cameo by the Beatles did actually make me happy for those solid 5 to 10 seconds. I'm going to give this movie the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to give it a D-. It was that close to getting a solid F for me. But I will give it the benefit of the doubt and say I'm hoping that there won't be any more mistakes. Fuck am I even saying? Of course there's going to be more. To put this in the simplest terms for everyone to understand how much I hate this movie, I'm going to have Franco put a screenshot up right now of our main character, and like our main character and her when she's young, staring at a pineapple. Now you may think, what does this pineapple have in terms of the significance of the movie? Now my answer is, it doesn't. It does not matter to the story. But they spend a solid 15 to 20 minutes on this singular solitary pineapple. For what reason? I honestly can't explain it to you. And that's how most of the scenes are with this movie. They just drag, and they don't understand the point of why, at a certain point, they need to stop. And that's what I have to say about Only Yesterday. It was something that could have had potential, and yet they destroyed it with over long scenes, bland or hateful characters that you just want to push along to the side and forget about, which you can't because they have the main focus of the story, and with beautiful visuals and a beautiful soundtrack accompanied by shit. That's all I have to say. See you guys next time for whatever the fuck is next.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Next movie is Porco Rosso.
I'm only hoping that will be better. I'm really hoping.
I'm crossing my fingers because this was just a shit show to watch.
But anyway, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Studio Ghibli Summer and watching us basically being depressed throughout.
I'll just say this: I've never been this disappointed in a movie ever. Like,
yeah,
it is unbelievable just how
I have on this level before, but I would definitely lump this into that category. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Studio Ghibli Summer, and stay tuned for next time for our review of Porco Rosso, and see you guys later.
Later.
Peace out, y'all.